Hello students, glad to see you all in today's video class. And I'm so happy to see your responses in WhatsApp for the given homework. And I'm glad that you people are doing the assigned task properly. So keep up this same spirit, okay, throughout the video classes, okay. Thank you so much for your cooperation. So before getting into today's topic, let's do a small recall. The poem The Road Not Taken was written by Robert Frost, an American poet. Okay, and the poem has four stanzas, isn't it? And in the last video class, we had seen the literary devices, isn't it? Dear students, yesterday we had seen all the literary devices in the four stanzas, isn't it? The poem has rhyme scheme, rhyming words, enjambment, alliteration, imagery, metaphor, personification, anaphora, many things were there, isn't it? So, what's the use of all these literary devices? I hope you'll remember in the last year even I taught you that we could easily remember the rhymes that we learnt in our lower class, that we learnt in our kindergarten, but often we couldn't remember the prose that we learnt in our lower class, isn't it? It's because the rhyming words that adds beauty to the poem or else to the song. So even sometimes you are listening to some songs, okay, and easily your mind captures that song. It's because of the rhyming words. Okay, so in a poem, okay, the rhyming words that adds beauty to it. And what's the use of writing the poem in the form of a rhyme scheme, using rhyme scheme and rhyming words? So, in those days, there was no other entertainment. So, people used to write, okay, some verse and they used to compose it as a song. I don't know how many of you know the poem The Solitary Reaper. It's such a wonderful poem. So, I thought of making a tune for this poem because it's such a wonderful poem and it highlights the importance of decision making. So this decision making, it's very important in your life. I want to tell you one thing, students. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, in his diary, okay, at last he had written some few lines that miles to go before I sleep. That line was taken from a very famous poem. So these poems, okay, will be helpful in your life at some stages. Whenever you are supposed Whenever you find some difficulty in taking decisions, okay, it will help you. This poem will help you. This poem will enlighten you. Okay, so I don't know how many of you know this song, Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. So now I'm going to sing the poem in the tune of Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. Okay. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. And sorry I could not travel both, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. And be one traveler long I stood, fa la 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 la, la la la. And looked down one as far as I could, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. To where it bent in the undergrowth, Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. And sorry I could not travel both, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. And be one traveler, long I stood, fa la la, la 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 la. And looked down one as far as I could, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. To where it bent in the undergrowth. So let's sing together the second stanza. Then took the other as just as fair, fa la 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 la, la 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 la, and having perhaps the better claim, fa la 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 la, la 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 la, because it was grassy and wanted wear, fa la 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 la. Though as further the passing there, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Had won them really about same, had won them really about the same. So, dear students, I hope you all enjoy the song. If not, you can compose your own tunes. But the thing is, I want you people to memorize these lines, right? So let's see the message of the poem. The message the poet wants to convey. The main idea that the poet wants to share through the poem is about life's choice. So the very important message is the life's choice. That's the reason I want you people to memorize these lines. This will helpful for you throughout your life. Everyone has to make choices in life, isn't it? So, life is difficult and choices are hard sometimes. So, everyone should make their own choices like the poet did. Did he listen to somebody else? Or else did he wait for somebody else? Let them walk and let me follow them. Did he do so? No, not at all. So, he does not follow the crowd. He chose a road which was less traveled. So, he preferred the road which was less traveled by the people. So, he chooses not to conform. He chooses to be a unique individual. So, remember, students, God endowed each one of us with a special talent. You should find out, okay, you are best in what, in which area, in which aspect, in which field you are the best. You should find out that, okay, and you should be a specialized one in that field, okay. So, and in the end, he makes a choice that he feels it has made all the difference in his life. So, although he is sad that he could not take both roads, he feels that he made the right one. So, in the stanza he had mentioned one line, okay, it seems that the poet felt sad because it's not possible for the poet to take both the roads, isn't it? So he felt sad, but he feels that he made the right decision. So this is the message of the poem, okay. So the poem, okay, it's all about life's choice. And the second thing is symbolism in the poem. Symbolism. So each and every poem has two things. One is the literal meaning and another one is the symbolism. So literal meaning, it's the surface level meaning, okay. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood means, okay, in the autumn season, okay, in the forest, okay, two roads diverged, separated. So it's a literal meaning. But the symbolism, so symbols, the two roads refers to the choices in life. So that is the symbolism. So the symbols in the road not taken, or the two roads that the persona must choose to take. So the two roads refers to the choices in front of the poet, and he is supposed to choose one road. they represent two choices in the narrator's life that he must decide between, and he can pick one option even though he wishes that he could choose both. So he may wishes to choose both the road, okay, but it's only possible to choose only one road. His choice to take the lesser used path over the one that was potentially the fairer shows that he wanted to take the path in life that was morally correct. So in this world, okay, if you go behind everyone in somewhere, there will be something wrong, okay, none will be perfect in the world, isn't it? So if you want to follow others, okay, then there will be something, but if you want to choose a unique path with the guidance of God, then it will be a morally right one, right? So it's time to work out the question answer, okay. So let me discuss the question answer. Dear students, it's my humble request that you should go through this video, okay. This answers is for your reference, okay, but try to frame your own answers, okay. Don't stick on to the Google, okay. And this answers is really meant for your reference, okay. And I want you people to start the fair note work too, okay. I hope you all get the note from the office. So if so, you can start with the fair note work from today. Where does the traveler find himself? What problem does he face? So the question is in present tense. Look, where does the traveler find himself? So the question is in present tense. And what problem does he face? So the traveler finds himself in the yellow woods, isn't it? He finds. Who is the traveler? The poet is the traveler. So the traveler finds himself in the yellow woods at a point where the two roads forks into two. Either you can write the two roads forks into two or else diverged, okay, it's your wish. What problem does he face? So the problem that he faces, why we had written here, why it's given here faces, because does is there in the question and the question is in present tense. So the problem that he faces is that he cannot decide which road to take to continue his journey, since it is not possible for him to travel both roads. So this is the problem, okay. He has to choose any one road. Though he wished to travel on both roads, he is supposed to choose any one. So this is the answer for the first question, okay. So question number 2, discuss what these phrases mean to you. So while explaining the poem, I had explained clearly. So a yellow wood. So yellow wood symbolizes what? The autumn season. It's the literal meaning of the poem, isn't it? I told you that every poem has a literal meaning as well as a symbolic one. So the literal meaning is yellow wood symbolizes the autumn season. At the same time, autumn corresponds with old age. The poet could be symbolically talking about the later stages of life. And the second phrase, it was grassy and wanted wear. So it was grassy, so it conveys that the road was full of grass, okay. It was grassy, so it was grassy means what? The road was full of grass and nobody has used that road, and it was a smooth road which had not worn out. So nobody has used that road, that's what given. Wanted wear, so wear, unused, okay. Wear means used, okay. Wanted wear, some, it's supposed to be used by someone but nobody used it, so that's what given, okay. Unused road, okay. And it was a smooth road which had not worn out, so which had not worn out. It's this meaning for the second phrase. And the third one, the passing there. So the passing there means the use of the path by passers by. The passing there means the people, okay, those who pass by the path. And the fourth phrase, the leaves had not changed, okay, the trodden back. So the leaves had not changed their color and turned black because of less people stepping on them. Okay, if many people use that path, what happened? Then the leaves became a trodden one, a decayed one, isn't it? And this path was traveled by a very few people. So the leaves had not changed their color and turned black because of less people stepping on them. Symbolic representation, a path one may have never taken in life. Okay, for the fear of uncertainty, what might happen? They are not aware of it, so most of them they didn't prefer that road. And the fifth phrase, okay, literary, so one road leads to the other, one way leads to the other. Okay, it's the literally talking about the bifurcation of roads. So one road lead to the other, and the travelers need to travel various roads to reach their destination. So journey of a traveler is related to life's journey, showing certain decisions one makes and a path one chooses in life, which paves the way for many other decisions and many other options ahead. So literally, okay, the way leads to another way means, for example, the way from uh, from okay, before reaching the junction there will be two roads. Okay, and then you prefer the straight one. At once when you reach nearby the arch, okay, there will be one road that leads to the right and one road to the left and one to the middle way, isn't it? And there again you will reach, and again when you come to the, okay, nearby our school, okay, there too you have two options, either to go left as well as the right. When you prefer the right side, you'll come to our school. Okay, if not, it will lead to the Pete road, isn't it? So the roads leads to the other road, it's the literal meaning. And in life too, okay, so if you prefer one thing, that paves the way for the another one. Okay, so that is the symbolical meaning. Okay. Question number 3. Is there any difference between the two roads as the poet describes them in stanzas 2 and 3 and in the last two lines of the poem? So, the poet was talking about the two roads in the entire poem, okay, but especially in stanzas 2 and 3 he was talking about the two roads. So is there any difference in the description of the road? That's the question. Okay, is there any difference between the two roads as the poet describes them? So did you find any differences? So in stanza 2, the poet explains that, again remember the question is in present tense. The poet explains that the only difference between the two roads was that the road he took had the right to be chosen because it was covered with grass and looked as if it had not been used too much. Besides this difference, both roads had been equally worn down by passers-by traveling on them. So, actually, both roads are used by people, but the difference between the two roads is the one he preferred, that road, okay, was less, okay, was used by a very few number of people, a very lesser number of people use that road chosen by the poet. Okay, that's the difference from stanzas 2 and 3. Okay, in stanza 2, okay, from stanza 2 it's the difference. Actually the both roads seems to be equally laid down, okay, but the differences, and the both roads are used by people, but one road was very used less by the people, okay, and one was used well by the people. Okay, and in stanza 3 the poet says that both the roads were equally covered with leaves and that no person had stepped on. So in stanza 3 the poet told that the poet says that both the roads were equally covered with leaves and that no person had stepped on. So now the both roads, in the morning, after he come across some distance, he found that the both roads are equal. Okay, and in the third stanza he told that the poet says that both the roads were equally covered with leaves. So it shows that no person had stepped on. Okay, look at the stanza once again. In stanza 2 the poet explains that the only difference between the two roads was that the road he took had the right to be chosen because it was covered with grass and looked as if it had not been used too much. Besides this difference, both roads had been equally worn down by passers by traveling on them. So in the second stanza he told, okay, the both roads looks equal because some people passed by. And in the third stanza he told that both roads are equal again, equally covered. The both roads are equally covered with leaves and that no person had stepped on. That was the difference between stanza 2 and stanza 3. So it's similar to life's journey and the choices made in life. Okay, and initially we tend to make up our minds by choosing a path, okay, after weighing upon the advantages of the path, isn't it? For example, if you'll just look at the two roads and look at the advantages of both roads. Okay, weighing the advantages, you'll decide, isn't it? And we are proud of our apparently correct decision. And however, sometimes after that, when you reconsider the path that you didn't choose, we'll start thinking about, if I chose that road, okay, my life would be like this, my life would be like that. Okay, it's common for a human. Okay, that's what given. And in the last two lines of the poem, the poet says that there is a difference between the two roads because he took the road that was less traveled by other people and that made all the difference to his journey. So he doesn't know what's wrong with what about the other road, but he knows very well about this road because he had chosen this road and that has made all the difference in his life. So the fourth question, what do you think the last two lines of the poem mean? So looking back, does the poet regret his choice or accept it? So the last two lines of the poem mean the acceptance of reality. Okay, whether it's the right or wrong path, he is supposed to accept. The poet made a choice, okay, and accepted the challenging path. He took an unexplored path in his life, okay, and he wanted to do something different in his life, so he chose the less traveled road. So the poet made a choice and he is supposed to accept the reality. Okay, so the following slides are the questions, the possible questions from this poem, okay, that had been asked so far in the board exams. Okay, which road does Robert Frost choose and why? Okay, and how is the road a metaphor? Use examples from the poem The Road Not Taken to support your answer. And the final stanza in the poem The Road Not Taken starts with a sigh. Why? You know why? Maybe it's a sigh of the poem. Ages and ages passed. Okay, the poet, okay, they started the stanza with a sigh. It is a sigh of relief or satisfaction. The poet is satisfied with all that has happened in his life and the position that he is in. It is a sigh of relief. And title justification. Okay, you are supposed to justify the title. And two roads diverged in a yellow wood. What do the two roads indicate here? And what was the poet's dilemma? Okay, dilemma. Okay. And what is the theme of the poem? I hope you all know that. And in the poem The Road Not Taken, why did the poet feel like traveling both the roads? Okay, why did the poet feel like traveling both roads? Why? One day was well trodden upon while the one road was well trodden upon while the other road was grassy as less people had traveled on it. So he felt like traveling both the roads. Okay. What does the road symbolize in the poem? That you know? Okay, the poet kept the other road for another day. He able to travel back on that road? Explain. It's not possible for him to travel again, but he kept so. What does the choice made by the poet indicate about his personality? He wants to be unique. Okay, it shows his spirit of individuality. Okay, thank you, students. So far we had discussed the book back question answers, so it's your duty that you are supposed to answer on your own to the following questions. Have you ever had to make a difficult choice? Okay, or do you think you'll have difficult choices to make? How will you make the choice? For what reasons? Okay, and one more question. After you have made a choice, do you always think about what might have been, or do you accept the reality? Okay, these two questions you should answer on your own. Thank you, students. Meet you in the next class. Please do the homework properly and try to start the fair note work neatly. Okay, and any clarifications you can ask me in personal chat. Thank you.